Welcome back once again, blade lovers. This old sword is with you, and today is Beglighter Day, or Begleiter, if I can get closer to the actual German pronunciation. It's an Azo design, and in German means companion. Looked it up. I'm sure it has other meanings like friend, etc., so I've heard. But let's get past the interpretations and translations and whatnot and talk about the knife. These are Azo designs, as I think I just mentioned. Different sources here. They're all Kizer knives, all built by Kizer. But a couple of them are specials from White Mountain, the two in the foreground. And of course, that's the XL. And this is the new button lock Beglighter 2. Here we have one of the original Beglighter 2s from Amazon, and we have the fanciest of the bunch. We have the Tonto version in S35VN and carbon fiber, and that's also available in all titanium handle. So, what do we have with the Beglighter series? We have various sizes of a really nice EDC knife or even a show knife. They're all light, they're all manageable. The carbon fiber is especially light. Specs on all of these, and maybe we'll run a few quick specs today, but specs on all of these on the individual reviews out on elsewhere on this channel. The Beglighter Tonto is as I said, well, it's a liner lock, which is interesting for this quality of knife, that they went with a hidden liner and the carbon fiber. Now, I believe if you get this in an all titanium handle, it's going to be a frame lock. But we've got a nice titanium clip. I think I recall struggling with which one to get, whether I'd get the Tonto in the carbon fiber or Tonto in the titanium. I went with the carbon fiber because I'm kind of a sucker for it. And this is a really nice marbled carbon fiber. It is not polished or shiny. It's sort of almost a natural finish. Very smooth action. Bit of a weak detent. Yeah, I'd say so. And why that is, I don't know. But if you give it just a little energy, it flies right out. So one could say it's either weak or it's tuned. That is up to individual preference. Have some nice millwork on the handle there with the cutouts. We have a lanyard hole slot. Fits nicely into the handle. And it is overall, these are all going to be about the same length, by the way. Overall 8 1/4 with a blade of 3 5/8. Again, all the specs are on the individual reviews. If you take a liking to any one of these, just type in the word Beglighter in on my channel, and you should be able to filter for the reviews. I'm going to do some quick weighings when I'm all done looking at these individually. So that was the first one I got. This is the second one. They came out with something called a Beglighter 2. And this has an interesting profile. It's kind of a utility blade, but with a very gradual clip. Well, it's abrupt, but it doesn't angle down too much, put it that way. So I said the steel on the upper end model was S35VN. The steel on this guy is N690. Those steels ending in 90 get me confused sometimes. This is an N690. Generally an Italian used steel N690CO. But you're seeing it in more of the Chinese knives now as well. This has the wood grain, very interesting carbon fiber believe they ended up calling that wood carbon fiber because it does look like wood, but it is carbon fiber through and through. It is not an overlay, solid carbon fiber. We have a slotted lanyard hole. Clip does change from right to left, and that's nice. And they use the flat-headed screws, which is also nice, but the clip is not inletted, which is okay. Flat-headed screws get you a long way. Kizer logo, and most of these knives somewhere have either the Azo name or the Azo logo, as does this one right there, the big A. This is also a this is a bit shorter than the Tanto. It's closer to 3.5, and it is under 8 inches. So if we put them side by side for a comparison, we should find that the Tanto is a little bit longer. Might only be able to do it with the measuring tape. They look the same, don't they? Let's do that one more time. So yeah, just a skosh over 3.5 with that, and just a skosh under 3.5 with the Beglighter 2. Great designs by Azo, I think you'll agree. Super designer. So these are kind of in the order that I had purchased them from, most of them from White Mountain, I believe. So I'll send you links to White Mountain for each of these. This one was a special edition, an exclusive, I believe Justin calls it at White Mountain. This is a XL in button lock, and this got a lot of attention when it, even before it came out. I know that I put it in my wish list to get notified when I first saw it on the coming soon section of White Mountain Knives. This is the XL button lock. So two special features are it's much larger than the standard Begleiters. It is close to a 4-inch blade, maybe 3 7/8, somewhere around there. We'll call it 4. Button lock, drops just beautifully, and nice detent. Can be opened with the flipper, can be opened with the thumb stud, can be opened just by dropping it. Very loose on bearings actions. These are all on bearings, but you really notice it with the button locks. Flat-headed screws again, and a clip that's switchable. Very similar setup to the Beglighter 2. And this only came in the brown canvas or linen, not sure what you'd call that. It's kind of a rough texture. Let's just call it brown micarta. With the drop point blade, nice little swedge at the top there. Steel on this one is 154 cm. You can see that right in there. And again, it's an Azo design, and this time discreetly tucked away near the tang of the blade. Good size knife. If you like large button locks, and if you like the Beglighter, you're certainly in business with this one. You can reverse flick it, yeah, with a thumb stud if that's your thing. I find so many other ways to open it here that I'm not going to bother middle finger flicking it, because I can do that, I can do that, and I can do that. And as you can see, it's kind of an art in knowing when to release the button so that it stays closed, because otherwise it's going to bounce like that. It's so loose. Smooth, really, not loose. Because when it's opened, it locks up really, really well. This one needed to be tuned. Had to take these two screws out here. Had to take the pivot out, put a little blue Loctite on them, and then sequentially tighten them 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, until they were evenly locked down. Because according to Jared Neve, and he was spot on this, the button was sticking on some of the copies of this, and it wasn't locking up completely. It was loose, this, that, and the other thing, because the scale was binding the button. All it has to do is be skewed off a little bit, because that hole through the handle and through the liner is so exact that it's got to be perfect, perpendicular. The button's got to be straight up and down 90 degrees to the frame and the handle. Well, after I did that, no more problems whatsoever, and there have been hundreds of flips since doing that. So, really nice big button lock. And then what sort of prompted me to do this review or overview is that just in the past couple of weeks, White Mountain Knives came out with the Beglighter 2 button lock in a standard size, 3.5 inches. So this is kind of a cross between the XL, it's a little less than 3.5, so perfectly sized to the Beglighter 2 that you see there, except rather than being a liner lock, it is button lock. And we don't have the hidden liner on the Beglighter 2, by the way. We do have the hidden liner on the Beglighter higher end. But getting back to this, we've got a very similar, if not exact, blade shape to the Beglighter 2, so it seems like that's its trademark, is that long clip. Not long, but shallow. Let's call it a shallow clip, because the angle is not that severe. Identical to this original Beglighter 2. And this Beglighter 2 has since come out in micarta and satin blade, I think, and a few other configurations. Great budget blade, I think, coming in at, geez, really only around 60 bucks. 80 on the XL from White Mountain, $79.95, and exact same price on this new one, around $79.95. I think these are still available. I'll know when I send you the link or when I post it. The XLs, Justin's supposed to get again, and he's supposed to get it, I think, in a handle similar to this, he was saying on Instagram, but not 100% sure. So you may get the brown back in. You may find it comes back in a different handle flavor. So this is the Beglighter series, at least the ones that I have. I'm sure I could have a larger collection if I looked out there for different handle materials, but these are the different base configurations of the Beglighter. And let's do some real quick weigh-ins here just so you can get a compare. They're all light, okay? They are all quite light, but let's find out just how light. And let's hope that zeroes out. Okay, the higher end Beglighter there is only 2.61 ounces. It is a freaking feather. The Beglighter 2 with the steel frame is 3.11 and 3.12 if you round up. The newest of the bunch is 3.27, 3.275. And the big guy is going to be the heaviest, 5.3. And for that size, for a 4-inch knife, that is not bad. So the winner in terms of lightness, under 3 ounces, incredible. The carbon fiber version and the titanium certainly not going to be as light, but maybe one day I will grab the titanium version as well. So, in order of appearance, again, let's put them this way. We've got the Beglighter NS35VN, straight up Beglighter.
We've got the Beglighter 2 in wood carbon fiber. We've got the Beglighter Special Edition XL from White Mountain, and we've got the new Beglighter 2 Special Edition in yeah, that's 154 cm. So 154 cm on both of these guys. If you saw the individual review on this, I'll just say what's neat about this is that it is a red and black carbon fiber, and I checked, and they both do appear to be carbon fiber layers, not a G10 red with a black carbon fiber. So pretty sure on that, near as I can tell through my inspections. So there you have the Beglighter series. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a like, and if you haven't subscribed, smash that button. Looks like my logo at the very end of this video. You should see it right about now. Take care.